welcome to this very special 30-minute gratitude flow in honor of Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is just such a beautiful holiday, and what better way to celebrate it than doing a really nice restorative practice that helps us bring all the sentiments of thankfulness and gratitude into our bodies as something to bring into the experience of the day. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving, thank you so much for coming to class today. We are going to start on our backs in Shavasana. And instead of bringing our feet to the front of the mat as we might normally do, we're actually going to place our heads there, and we'll extend our legs out long out in front of us. And just drop back into our bodies, allowing the arms to come out long beside. And just released into this pose, starting to deepen the breath. And what's really nice about this practice is that we shouldn't even break a sweat. We're just going to feel good in our bodies. And we'll be able to keep this Cosby sweater on the whole time. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Bring a gentle smile to your lips. Even just laying here, can you broaden through the collarbone, taking up as much space as your body wants. Slowly bring one knee into the chest and then the other, giving yourself a hug. And then we will, from here, we'll actually lengthen the left leg back down to the mat. And with the right knee still tucked into our chest, wiggle it back and forth, just opening and gently guiding the hip. And then we'll lengthen the right leg up. You can bring a strap either behind the leg, but this is just meant to be a very gentle opening. So I'm going to interlace my hands behind my right thigh, and I'm actually going to press my right leg away. So I'm not pulling the leg towards my face. I'm actually pressing it. You still feel a really nice stretch in the hamstrings. You can even bend that left leg if this is still a little bit too deep of a stretch. Intention is just to feel good and create space in the body to embody all those sensations of gratitude and thankfulness this holiday season. Good. And then from here, if your left leg is extended all the way out, you will bend it. And then take the right ankle, cross it over the left knee. And so we're here in a figure four. We'll pull in the figure four stretch, reach through the legs and guide the left knee a little bit closer to the face. Maybe using the right elbow to press the right kneecap away. It doesn't have to be your deepest figure four. Just allowing that hip to feel open and juicy. The cranberry sauce of yoga moves. And then relax the left foot back to the mat. Right ankle will stay just as it is. So with your figure four, we're going to tip the bottom half of our bodies over to the left until the right foot makes contact with the floor, maybe the mat. And now I really like to use my left hand to reach for my right ankle. It may not be accessible to you, and that's totally fine, but that helps me get really nice traction through the side hip. And then from here, I can stay just as I am, or even extend that right arm long and away. If you're planning to be sitting at a table for any amount of time, or watching a football game after said table time, this will be really nice. Or should I say also sitting in a car for any amount of time, because that also tends to come with this holiday. And then slowly come back to center. Good. And then we'll just bring that right foot back to the mat. Left knee will come to chest, and an option to extend the right leg all the way out. And just as we did on the other side, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Come back to center. Hands will clasp behind the left thigh. Extend the leg up and then press the leg away from the face. That feels good on my hamstring and behind the knee. If your right leg is straight, bring it in and plant the right foot on the mat. Left ankle will cross over. And then extend the arms through. Grab the back of the right thigh and draw the leg in towards the chest. And I'll say this, there's something about putting a smile on your face that it generates the sentiment. Even if you come into an experience not necessarily feeling that joyful or that full of happiness, we'll say, I don't know, if you just bring the smile to the face, sometimes it kind of just, the sentiment will follow. You can make your own reality. And slowly release the right foot back to the mat. Take that figure four. Allow the lower half of the body to twist over to the right. This time my right hand will grab the right ankle. And I'm going to relax my left hip down and away. And extend my left fingertips out. And as much as I can, I'm going to try and keep this knee from coming in, because then I don't feel it as much as I'd like in the side hip. I did kind of feel it in my butt, but not as deep. So keep that left knee as much as you can facing up to the ceiling, and that'll really concentrate the sensation in your outer hip. Just as you're doing these poses today, maybe every 3 poses, bringing something to mind that you're really thankful for, truly, truly thankful for. And just sit with that emotion heavy in your body. So, I'm asking you right now, just think of that one thing. Nice. And then slowly return the hips back to center. Left foot finds the mat. And then we're just going to roll over whichever side you like. And we'll come up to a tabletop. And from our tabletop, let's do a couple wrist stretches. You're having a little bit of break from probably behind your computer or whatever it is that you do. So let's treat those wrists with a little sense of gratitude. Give them a little something for the holiday. So we will take the fingertips and place them or face them back towards our kneecaps, one at a time, so it's nice and slow. And then from here, you can just sway back and forth. Maybe front and back. From here, keep the left hand planted as it is. Turn the right wrist over, so now the back of the hand is pressing into the mat. Gently try and press it forward to lengthen out along the wrist. Maybe a little gentle rocking back and forth. Be easy and generous with your body. It does so much for you. And then shake that out. Replace the hand, and you can just go normal. And then we'll take the left hand, and we'll place the back of the hand on the mat. And begin to press the wrist into the mat. Maybe going back and forth. Good. And then shake that up. All right, extend the left leg out to the side. So we're still in this kind of tabletop position, but now the left foot is all the way out, pressing into the floor. We're going to do thread the needle. So right hand is going to come underneath the left. Bring the right shoulder blade down to the mat. And then here, the left hand is either going to help you twist, or you can take the left hand and wrap it behind your back, reaching for the right hip. I'm actually kind of into keeping my hand on the mat. This is feeling really good. It also might help you feel a little bit more stable if you're less familiar with these poses. Nice, and then slowly use your left hand to lift yourself back up, replant the right hand, and bring the left leg back to the tabletop. Other side. Extend the right leg out to the side. And then left arm sweeps underneath the right. Place the left shoulder on the mat. Using your right hand, you can twist over or even take that arm up and behind you. It's really whatever feels good to you. Press yourself back up, replant the left hand, knees come back together, and then we will just tuck the toes. We're not going to tuck the toes yet. Untuck them. Sorry, got ahead of myself. We're going to go into a puppy pose. So from here, walk the hands out in front. You're going to come down to the elbows, and then maybe the forehead comes down to the mat, maybe the chin, maybe the chest. Trying to lengthen that lower spine while keeping the hips directly stacked over the knees. This is a big stretch for the shoulders and for the back. So if this is uncomfortable in any way, just feel free to pull back a little bit, maybe putting a block or a blanket underneath your forehead. Or even just bringing those elbows in and still a little bit more extended. Nice. And then we'll come forward and rest our pelvis and our belly on the mat. Walk those legs back so they're nice and long. And we will find our Sphinx. So we will stack our shoulders over our elbows. They'll be hands directly out in front of us. And then press into the elbows and hands to lift the spine. And then once you've kind of lifted up, begin to pull the chest forward like a cookie, you're going to press the cookie dough chest through the edges of your cookie cutter. I don't know what this analogy is, but go with it. And just feel an opening more in the mid to upper back. Nice. And continuing just to press the mat away, pulling the chest through the shoulders. If you really want to make this restorative, you can always place a block in the center, right? No, maybe on the middle level. And you can just drop your head. And that's if you really want to hold this for a longer period. But that feels really nice too. All right, from our Sphinx, we're headed into Seal. So we're just going to take our hands and we're going to bring them out to the sides about, 2 inches. So now instead of having them straight in front of us, they're more at a diagonal. And then from here, you're going to press into your hands and lift, keeping the hips and pelvis on the mat. Try and lower the shoulders, lengthen the spine, nice and long. To help protect your back, bring that navel towards your spine. Some digestion is going on, so this could be good after Thanksgiving meal. Exhale, elbows back down to the mat. Bring the chest down, hands can come by your chest. Tuck the toes, and then press yourself all the way back through child's pose. Press into the hands, and then we'll take a downward facing dog. So lift the hips and press them up and away. This won't be a long downward dog, but take a moment, maybe 3 breaths here. Just feel the length of the spine. You can keep a really nice bend in your knees to make this about the back. Tailbone is headed in the direction of where the ceiling and the wall meets. And then wherever you are, look to the front of your mat and take as many steps as you need until you find yourself up into a forward fold. Inhale, press hands at the shins, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, long spine or reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands will come up to a high mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. These are our only standing poses. And so nice and gentle, but just a little bit to help us tap into our breath, which really is the source of space in our bodies. So inhale, arms come out. Exhale, melt the heart in gratitude. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift up to the top. Exhale, melt. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold yourself in half. You can always keep a bend in your knee if you need to. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, press. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. This time, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into that downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Arms are strong, really pressing the mat away. And then when you're ready, drop into the knees. We'll take the right foot, bring it up nice and slow between both hands. From here, tuck the toes, lift the hips. So you're coming into your lunge. Trying to press that back heel all the way back so it's nice and engaged. Right knee is directly stacked over right ankle. And then slowly draw the hips back and straighten the right leg, bowing forward. This is pyramid. If this is too intense, a couple options, right? You don't have to extend the leg fully straight. You can also use your blocks or any other thing in your house. I believe a couple classes ago I demonstrated that Tupperware works perfectly fine. You can just extend the hips back, finding your pyramid. And then gently bend back into the right knee, low lunge. And straighten the leg, bow forward. Bend, lunge. And then straighten one more time. We'll come forward into the lunge. And then we'll just drop the back knee. You can keep your blocks if you have them. Or you can lift those arms up to a low crescent lunge. Alternatively, you can bring those hands to your right kneecap. Just press it away. Few breaths here. And then from here, hands either will come to a block or the mat. And we're going to sweep the hips back, flex the front toes. And we'll do this half split. Now I'll move this block so you can kind of see a little bit more about what's going on in my foot. And I'm bowing my chest forward, trying to have length more so than a rounded back, so that I can feel the sensation of opening in my back leg. And then gently press forward, replacing the right foot back to the mat. Plant the hand on either side, tuck the back toes. And then just step back into your downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Nice heavy awareness in the ankles. And when you're ready, coming down to the knees, this time taking the left foot between both hands, tucking the toes if they're not already there, and lifting the back knee. So we're back in this lunge. We'll just take a few breaths here. And then if you need it, grab your blocks. Straighten the left leg, pull the hips back, pyramid. Bend into the left knee, lunge. As you're in your lunge, try and lengthen the spine, the crown of the head forward. And straighten. And bend. And straighten. And bend. One more time. We'll straighten. And bend. This time drop the back knee to the mat, untuck the toes. And lift our hands either to the kneecap or all the way up. If your arms are up above, try and soften the shoulders. If your hands are on your kneecap, try and press the knee away so you're creating space between your belly and the top of your thigh. And then hands will come down either to your blocks or the mat, and then sink the hips back, coming into your half split. And come forward, plant the left foot back on the mat, move the blocks, plant the hands, tuck the toes, and we'll take a big step back to downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Inhale, float to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk, step, come back up to that forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do those 3 half sun A's. Inhale. Exhale, melt the heart. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. Gathering all those feelings of gratitude. Exhaling them, bringing them deep inside your heart. Inhale once again. Gather the good feelings, thankfulness, the people, the many blessings. Draw them in. Fold yourself in half. Inhale. Press the crown of the head forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Lengthen, lift through the breath. Exhale, heart center. One more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, fold yourself all the way through. One more time. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, and just immediately drop to those knees. Come to all fours again. And we're going to go through some of those poses that we had already done at the start of class. So let's do puppy again. So got your hips stacked directly over your knees. You can begin to walk those hands out in front of you, slowly coming down to your elbows, assessing, does this feel right? Perhaps dropping your head to the mat, just double checking. If this feels okay, maybe walk the hands out a little bit further, bringing the chest and chin down. Slowly move the chest forward, coming down to find Sphinx. So I'm going to walk my hips back so I can get nice and long on the mat. bringing those shoulders over elbows. I'm just going to pull the chest forward. Nice 3 breaths. Allowing the heart space to be nice and open as a reservoir for your gratitude. Think about that person or thing or opportunity that lights you up. And then bring those hands out an inch or 2. Press up into seal, lifting the elbows, lifting the chest. And then release back to the mat. And then we're just going to roll to our backs. We'll start by bringing the right knee in. Roll it back and forth, just the way we started class. And then extend the right leg up. This time, option if you'd like, you can pull the leg in a little bit closer. Maybe it feels more open. You can reach behind the thigh or the calf or the foot. Most important, try to avoid the kneecap. And just pulling that leg in. And then bend the left knee if it's not already bent. You're going to bend the right leg. You're going to kind of bring the right foot to the inside of your left elbow. Or alternatively, right, if this doesn't feel right or it's really hard to get the leg in this position, you can bring the elbows or bring the leg inside both elbows. You're just going to rock back and forth. This is kind of a variation on the figure 4. This is a reclined pigeon. It's a little bit deeper. Of course, if this is not enough, you can always lengthen the left leg out. But this is not about getting to our deepest stretches. This is just about feeling good, finding space. And then figure 4 again. So right ankle will come to the left. Allow the lower body to slip over to the left. Reach out for that left ankle. Reach out to the right if that feels okay. And then slowly come back to center. Other side. Replant the right leg. Actually extend it out straight. Bring the left knee in. Wiggle. And extend the left leg, grabbing behind the thigh, the calf, or the foot. And this time, option to pull the leg in. Bend the right leg and plant it on the mat. And then find your reclined pigeon on this side. So either bringing sole of the left foot to the crook of the right elbow, kind of like you're holding a baby. Or you can loop both arms around the shin bone, kind of pull it in. If you need more, you can always straighten out the right leg. But this side is really tight for me, so I'm going to keep that leg bent. And bring the left ankle to the right knee, figure 4. Slowly twist the body over to the right. Left arm extends up and away. Come back to center. Release the left ankle from the right foot. And then elongate all limbs, nice and wide, long on the mat. Finding your Shavasana again. And here, taking a few minutes, I want you just to feel heavy in your body. Like every blessing that's been bestowed upon you is a weighted blanket. It's not holding you back, it's not pinning you to the mat, but it's grounding you, it's making you feel warm and centered and full of opportunity and abundance. If you'd like more time, you can stay just as you are. But if 30 minutes is all the time that you have for today, slowly begin to roll over to one side. Perhaps using your lower arm as a pillow for a moment. And then use the strength of your top arm to slowly push yourself up. Feels comfortable, keep those eyes closed. And find your comfortable seated position. Hands can come to heart center. My heart is full of gratitude for getting the chance to practice with you today. And if after this practice you have arrived at a place that feels like gratitude, I invite you to think of someone and send it out to them. Bring those thumb knuckles forehead center. Namaste.